RIP, right? RIP. Righteous, invincible person. Alright, alright, alright. Righteous, invincible person. How you doing? One. One. Singular sensation. Ba-na, 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 ba-na. I don't know if anybody else is live because I didn't check, but I decided like not to. How you think it too? You have a question mark at the end of that. And then it says I got an update for it. So I don't know if you're telling me or I know it's a typo. I know that much. I'm willing to wait. And during my update, I want people to know that don't think that I don't know about, oh, well, if you don't eat this, this could happen. You could, oh, this, and this, and the other thing. So that then people could go, well, she's not doing that, so, it's kind of her fault. But the thing is, I believe that. You think it too. But at the end of the day, I also believe that I could be cancer and get hit by a truck or something. Right? Like, at the end of the day, we all like that song, Live Like You Were Dying, right? I mean, it's, but yeah, I mean, I think to myself, I wanted to share the journey of it so that it could be documented. And if anything, God forbid, ever did happen, I know there's some people who would be like, I don't know. I don't know how they'd be, to be honest with you. How would they be? How would somebody be that has written, RAPSG? You know what I'm saying? To me, that's fucking shitty. I think I might have to eat a Slim Jim. My cat is acting up, and I feel like he needs a Slim Jim. I bet you there's people who have said to people, you shouldn't eat a Slim Jim. Unhealthy. See that guy over there? He's jogging. and then they get hit by a car or have a heart attack. There's only one thing I can guarantee is that, yes, just like we are, responsible for whether or not we look at what people say about us, those same people are responsible for what they're saying. It doesn't all fall onto the shoulders of the person who looks at it and then defends themselves and is appalled and is like, what the fuck? It doesn't fall on their shoulders that they looked. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. But there does come a time when you look and you see it and it's like, ugh, I can't even, like, it's pointless to even try to talk some people out of what their joy is. Like, that's just them. And okay, so it's trying to ridicule me. At the same time, I hear people saying all the time, about, oh, they use God, they use God, they use God, they use God. Not everyone, though. To group everybody together in blanket statements, I heard somebody say the CWC is a community of junkies. It is not, Some people actually were looking at abandoned Detroit. Some people maybe knew somebody, a family member, whatever it is. You don't get to label everybody like that. It's a library of different stories that are fucking masterpieces, is what it is. And here's the thing now. When you're going to talk about somebody's trauma and how bad it was, if you talk to that person privately, why would you talk to them publicly? Like, what I've seen Debbie say to you is, can you just back off? That's what she said. Because she doesn't understand your detachment. Maybe she does understand it. She probably does understand it. Probably seen it a million times. And you're trying to provoke people. And you are. Let me just say something to you. Out of like an observer on the outside, I know you and Courtney both separate. I never had seen him. I think the only reason why he brought up UFO Bro the other night, Debbie, is because UFO Bro Cash App was, he didn't send a Cash App. I'm not saying he had to, but it got made a whole big deal of when there was no Cash App involved at all. Anyway, UFO Bro, I've heard his name more than once in the last week since he asked for my Cash App, even though there was no Cash App involved. No problem. That's not an issue. But no wonder why. I mean, his name's been brought up like repeatedly from Grant, from Bobby, within minutes of it. I mean, like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, um, there was UFO man, okay? UFO man, not, you know, I didn't see UFO bro around too much back then. But the thing with Vern goes back to 2018. See, here's the thing. You gotta understand that this is no lie. This guy chanted. I thought it was Latin, but it wasn't Latin. If I'd have had two devices, then I'd have been able to record it, but I didn't, and it's probably better that I didn't. But he portrayed some real satanic characteristics while chanting for me to get cancer. So then, see, I had faith, not a religion per se, but faith, spirituality, since, I was, I'm going to say 16. At 16, I'd seen many things that probably made me question and think God didn't love me and I wasn't even supposed to be around before that, prior to that. You know, losing people who loved me. It always seemed like somebody who loved me died, even back then when I was a kid. And so I saw, I didn't want to go through life thinking, I must be a bad person, that's why things happen to me. I wanted to go through life thinking I was stronger than the ordinary person, and that my strength and my faith, just like in Job, hi Hidden Blessing, was being tested. Yes, is there times when I say to myself, oh my God, now this is just a little too much. And it becomes really hard to find a pearl in an oyster, find a reason why. Yes, many times. So many times. Constantly. Imagine somebody praying for, like, not, and he wasn't really even praying, he was chanting. He wasn't like he was on his knees. He was chanting. And something that I would have felt in the now, but I renounce that. I renounce that evil. I renounce that. That chanting. That, much like in Job, could have made something, somebody who has been, say, man, that's it. Throw their hands in the air, right? Unlike Job, though, I wasn't, from my understanding, Job was somebody who had things. He was blessed, or, wealthy and blessed. Unlike him, though, I had already gone through life, I guess, preparing for that battle of faith being something that was like, but see, this person wasn't praying. He wasn't praying to God. It turns out it was evil. I had two linguistics people listen when it was like live, and two separate people, and they said, wow, there's really no word for that. This person was chanting in some. It wasn't Latin. But I'm going to not even give them any energy. But I have seen people welcome his kind of energy around them. He's evil. I renounce that one. Thank you, Hidden Blessings. Munching. I don't mind when people with evil and malice inside their heart, you know, have their entertainment at my expense and others' expense, because I know you do it at others' expense. You do. But not here. Not in this house. See, I, mm-mm. um, Nitty, I never did anything to your children. Never did anything to you. Never. Okay? I think you calling me racist is you just trying to cause division. But I do know that you consistently say, and it's been you that has come here and said things and made your videos and done your shit. But you just crossed the line into such disgustingness now. Like, your last video was so fucking gross. And when you say, when you guys mention my name, it just gives me more traffic and shit like that. It's like, dude, mm, if that's the evil you're spewing, then yes, thank you for the heads up, and I won't be doing that anymore. I mean, you're sitting there taking credit for some park that got demolished. Yeah, if that were only true, maybe. It's really just gross. It's really gross. So gross. The division that you try to cause and the words that you speak, and then you'll have a video thanking Yahweh, and it's like, I don't know. I looked at a video the other day, and it was, a church sermon thing. It wasn't, maybe I'm not talking about him, but it said the Bible is actually Black history. But he speaks right from the get-go about Hermes, which is a Greek deity, right? Deity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Like, of the Greek god. The sermon was based on Greek mythology. I thought, I don't doubt that a lot of those people they're talking about back then in, the Bible probably didn't have blonde hair, blue eyes. But here's the thing. If there was Greek mythology, if there was Roman, and then you've got the Germanics, right? You even had people in Britain. That what it really boils down to is what region really started writing. I mean, a lot of them, they do have hieroglyphics, like with what their form of right, but that's what it really boils down to. Who could write? I mean, even today in countries, people who are illiterate are lost. Can you imagine? Just for a moment. I saw 21 Jump Street one time where they actually, like, used this character a couple of times. He was good, and he was, a white kid who grew up in, the area where he became, like in gangs, like where they all were in gangs. There was poor white people too, I know that's whatever. But but he couldn't read. So at the end of the day, people want to look at and assume what the surface problem is without like really doing some research. Like, while you're spending your time researching somebody else's record or their kids or their deceased loved ones, for what purpose? You could be researching what's going on in the world and trying to make a difference. You really could. I mean, I've been on for 23 minutes. There's 22 people in here. That means that every minute someone came through the door to listen. Now, you guys will continue to say they're hate watching you. That's what you call it. Look, so 19. Now it's down to 19. They're like, oh my God, I was sitting here watching. I'm going to have to leave and come back. It's all right. Contrary to popular belief about me, I have always, you know, wanted to be heard. I think we all have. I think we've all wanted to be heard. I mean, I don't think, it's right that, like, okay, Brent, here's the thing. I don't think Debbie hates you. I think the point is that when somebody is in a certain kind of way, and then others say, cut, 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 and then your tone that you're using is like creepy. Like even Hidden Blessings went in there to like try to like tell you, no, 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 nobody in SG's channel said they were gonna shut you down. You said you were gonna shut it down. And then you knew that was the case, but you just like flipped it around and acted like we were pissed that you shut it down. You see what I'm saying? Like, instead of just saying, oh, okay, you're right. Sorry, my bad. It's how simple it is. My bad. Instead, Courtney runs in there and fucking starts saying shit to him left. Like, for what purpose, man? Why? How's that your gig? And at the end of the day, Courtney, you're saying I'm mad at you because you were going on Sharon's live stream in an interview. No, I'm not. Authentically nice would have been you coming in here in a different account. Even if it was Betty with Betty Rubble's face. That would have been authentically nice. And Munchie, I saw you. You have a persona in the CWC as a dick. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. Maybe I shouldn't have just timed you out because I did. What would drive you to say, you know what? I should harass this woman who's going through enough already. I should. I should. I should make that my persona. So should I feel flattered or insulted? Come into somebody else's persona right now and tell me what you think. Because I really don't know how you think you're authentically nice right there. You know what I'm saying? I have a persona. Now, somebody could say, oh, she wanted to be a cancer support channel. I don't see that happening from her channel. Well, so if I went into my story of what's going on with an update, Am I just going to sit here and people are just going to sit there and say nothing? What kind of support would I be getting from that? Like, isn't it ridiculous for people to insist on me talking about what's going on with me when, you know, I mean, 28 people and nobody would have anything to say if I did share the story? I really wish somebody would ask themselves, would they talk to Jesus if Jesus talked to me? I gotta wonder, if Jesus was in my live stream, would they be like, not talking to him either? Like, what has, yeah, it's just so crazy to me. It's shocking. Well, whatever, then that means I'll just talk about what I want to talk about without, like, expecting responses. What? Right. Fuck it. No engine zone. But I'm just gonna keep being me until I'm me. Because, maybe it's not looking good now, but I'm gonna keep praying. I'm gonna pray like, oh, maybe my teardrop fell on the machine and got in the way of the picture, or I'm gonna pray that in between, that and going to the next fucking test, that, in between, I'm gonna pray for a miracle. And in the meantime, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, for people to think that I'd rather be doing this, like praying, 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 than just going to work and doing my car dancing videos and karaoke and stuff like I was before, for people to like be like, oh, she was this. It's so gross, man. It's so fucking gross. I saw somebody say, are you somebody's last name? I don't even know anymore. I thought I saw somebody make some community post. And I mean, I saw somebody say that you were Now, unless Chicken Winner comes and verifies that, because here's the thing, man, like, uh, yeah. How would you know there was no dying if you weren't already fucking snooping through the woman's fucking history, man? You wouldn't even know there was no Dottie if you weren't already snooping through the woman's fucking history. It's fucking gross, man. You know what it is, too? It's like, well, thanks, Steph. I know I saw that, Stephanie. I don't know if you meant to hit it a second time or what. I don't really know. What exactly is it that you don't wish on anyone? It's weird. There was a lot of people who were saying I was in the hospital, and um, yeah, it is very scary. It's even scarier, like, when people are making like claims of things and putting out their address and stuff. It is. It's very scary. But I'm scared to death of like what's going on in Israel right now. I'm scared to death of fucking going down the steps when they're icy. I think people are some people they get scared knowing if their family has a certain history of things. You know what I mean? They get scared knowing if their family has had a history of something, and so they feel scared when they start reaching a certain age. Maybe if people in their family have passed away at that time, you know? It's sad, man. Look, I was fucking listening to the guy, reading like the results of the scans, so like they go through, your entire body. And man, I'm sitting there like, damn, man, shit, that person must be old. 'Cause I'm only 30. You know what I mean? But I'm not only 30 yet. But I'm like, wow, those are like that's some shit. Yeah, but it's gotta be a good one. Hit him with gotta be for a good thing. As I have witnessed live streams with prayer hands up after reading somebody say, oh, I know prayers are usually for people to, get rid of cancer, but, I mean, I'm not saying that it works, right? But, me, I'm just saying, like, wow. Then I say to myself, these fuckers must be scared to death of me. They must see something in me that I don't even see, you know? Maybe it's that I embrace, embraced the 70s and, think I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, Like, I mean, I'm happy for that shit. My room could be full of people saying stuff, right? But is that what all that's out there for people to say? Is stuff that decent people would say not appropriate? I mean, if you're going to tell me that there's no Dottie in somebody's family name or somebody's name of a family or something, um, then you're basically like out and out saying, instead of researching a topic to help the world or something, you're researching chicken winner. Like, why? What she wants to tell you, she'll tell you. What she doesn't, she won't. Why would you think that's your destiny? Is to research complete strangers' history. I mean, while protecting your anonymity so much. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know, man. But I I did see a certain person giving that Dorothy and little wink emoji there. Like, wow. But you have to be vigilant, I think. You do. I don't like snakes. I'm not a snake charmer, but I could be a snake handler. Not looking to kill them. Not looking to dig into their history. Try to make people hate snakes or anything. But I can handle them. Like somebody going around with the name Truth Fairy and saying my shit doesn't add up. My barium swallows. My this, my that. You want to tell me when did you get my medical records, man? Like, are you saying that for the last, 3 years you sat there and you sat there and right, exactly. I don't want to be around where they are. That's why they, people are like, blocked, basically, pretty much. Like, because not everyone, not everyone is blocked. I'm saying, like, somebody who comes in, like, Truth Fairy, as if your statement, like, where are you going to sit down right now with me and show me where you got my medical records to say things don't add up and be specific in appointments of, barium swallow and, naming off fucking scans and shit, acting like you know anything about my medical appointments and treatment. Like, what the fuck? I saw another person saying, she ain't showing her getting chemo. She ain't showing. I love it that you're listening, Indian Joe, and I love it that you're letting me know that you are. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. I know some people do that, and I appreciate it. Mr. Tim told me he listened for many years. Um, but this is preliminary stages, and here's the thing, Mary. You have no, you're not portraying anything like you're gonna like be. I hope she, is fine, and you're not saying anything like that. You're acting stupid, like as if I'm the type of person who would fucking be like, you know what? I hate doing a job that I love. I hate doing my car dancing. I hate all this. I hate it. I think I'm gonna pretend to have I mean, shut the fuck up over there. Simmer down, weirdo. What happened with you, Indian girl? I thought they were like going off on you for a while, and then craziness. Sorry, guys, I'm eating a Slim Jim. It's terrible, I know. That's another thing, too. Ugh. Well, sometimes you come to a pitchfork in the road, and it's thrown down by, I don't know. I don't know. I really, honest to God, at this point, you know what? If you guys imagine that, um, I'm not exactly sure. I think the Warriors, weren't they fighting about, like, man, I don't even know anymore. Like, I just don't even know what to say. That's why I barely go live. I get you, Engine Joe. But it's a sad state of affairs when. See, I usually do laugh a lot, and I am a laugh a lot person. I really am. But it's kind of sad that um, there's not much to laugh about in anywhere lately, right? Like, no lie. I'm really worried about what's going on in, Israel. And there hasn't been many like live streams where there's like where before like I was scared of, what's going on with me now. I'm more scared of. I think that's what sent me into being so speechless. Is I'm really scared of what's going on currently in the situation in the world. Like, it's really got me speechless. And I'm guilty of not even being able to watch. It does keep, look at that, huh? I mean, I even have things I'd like to say on that topic of what's going on and current events and stuff. And people are like, there's 37 people here, right, listening, who are so dead set on believing that their mission in life is to make somebody feel like isolated as opposed to having conversations about the world. Hi, Mr. Tim. Like, I'm really curious about that Iron Dome thing, and I think it's odd that it was shut off. I mean, I find it hard to believe that that would be their normal protocol for when celebrating holidays to shut off the Iron Dome. I then that would like be a pattern, and any enemy could follow a pattern, you know, so they would know they were doing that. I find it hard. I'm really curious about the Supernova Music Festival. That was trance music. I mean, let's think about what was that guy's name? Travis Scott. Travis Scott, right? That's totally under the bus. I mean, gone swept under the rug now. Like, whatever. But the guy literally was, that was some trance music right there. That was some trance music. I'm really curious about this. Why would they turn off the Iron Dome? Like, um, and is that too much? Like, I mean, that's actually like where my mind is at, is like, wow, like that's the bigger fear in life. But there's 40 people here who, I don't know, like, it's so sad that it's really sad. Oh, yeah, well, for themselves, maybe. To use what God gave them, which was their tongue. The Iron Dome, it was created like that. It was like it intercepted things, man. Which I'm so like, I didn't ever hear much about that. So to hear like they shut it off, why would they shut it off? I mean, to know that they're even live streaming any of this, they're making money off it, they're profiting off it. And what's going on with these Americans that are over there? Where's the outrage? Come on now. Remember when Americans were taken hostage before, there was outrage. What's going on here? Those are like, that's the Holy Land. Like it's not just about the Jews, man. This is the Holy Land. Sorry, am I back? Hi, Simba. Hi, Simka. No, it was my phone. It was my phone. Do you think it's going to be months? No, it's fine. It was my phone. I went out to look something up. That's what it was. And I'll tell you what, I wish I had screenshotted when I looked it up 2 days ago to the difference of looking it up now. It is amazing the difference. I don't know if you guys can still hear me or not. Amazing the difference now of who even invented it. It's insane. Anyway, I'm back. I'd like to know if you guys think that this is like prophetic. So you guys don't hear me? That sucks that I missed Simca. I mean, I met all you guys. I mean, I just, it's this. It's the phone. It's the, iron in most of the Muslim countries. It's gonna get along. Why can't they turn the Iron Dome back on? I don't understand. It's that fucking company that changed the name. Like, they're not even listing the person who actually invented it. Like, they've had it since 1948. They had it since 1948, and now they're acting like this company. Yeah, it's missile defense thing. It's like like 90% to 97% always effective of repelling it. I don't know how how it hasn't been in the news more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't. No, it's not. If they turned it off, it's over the city. Thank you, Simka. Thank you, Simka. Thank you. Thank you. No, they said they turned it off. Every time I go to like try to look it up, I get kicked out of my own stream. I was looking for like a certain book in the Bible, but I couldn't find it. It's so sad, like even to read the Bible. I'm like reading when my God, I can't watch it. It's too sad. You notice, like at the Old Testament, at the end of the Old Testament, it's pretty Armageddon like there too. Like, are they really like equal in time and just different interpretations? Like, are they written simultaneously? Like, and they just interpret, like, did they take the Old Testament and then rewrite it and call it the New Testament? I mean, it seems like Armageddon at the end of the Old Testament, too, like. It's just so sad. It's like, do you think this is the end? Like, some kind. when all those relics are destroyed. It's the Holy Land. I mean, it's like historical. And, oh, they don't. They don't. They don't. Why do they want it then? I thought that's why it was why they were fighting for it. Why do they want it then? Really? That's so weird. They don't? And I can't even go like look up more stuff and anything because it'll kick me off. Really? Why do they want it then? Yeah, but wasn't it always like destined for Israel? Like, because Israel and the 12 tribes, right? God, I wish I could look stuff up. And this is what happens when people say, oh, this channel is lying when they say, if you want to donate and, help support the channel, um, that's what happens. Is that then people say, oh, it's a lie, blah, 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 that then I can't afford, you know, the Wi-Fi and stuff like that, and I can't do those things. So, Mecca and Sire, okay, so wait a second. Hold on. So, okay, I don't know what the DS4 is. So, wait a minute. So, they could possibly be fighting this war for Saudi Arabia, if that's the case. Like, maybe Saudi Arabia said, like, I'd be real curious to know who's invested in that Raphael defense system. They changed the name to one of the archangels, Raphael, which was in, is it Tibot? Is that the name? And then also in Enoch, is that correct? But I can't find those in the Bible. Not this one. is a, what do you mean? This was a proxy. This is a proxy for Iran. Now that's where, like, Iran, right? Is there Iran or Iraq? And Syria is where Mesopotamia was before, right? Oh, the Sumerian tablets. Hmm. Including the Nation of Islam. Why do you think they hate Jews? I'm curious. No, they didn't. Get the hell out of town, Simca. Oh my god. There's no way that steel dome just got shut off. There's no way, man. There's no way. It's work, it's work, it's work. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. See? That Rafi when they change. Oh my god. Hmm. Oh my god. Is it possible Israel denies what? Israel denies what? Gaza makes itself the permanent refugee to start. Has to use what? I probably have to use what? And bless me. It is so much. But I think they want to keep saying that they're doing something wrong. That the Jews are. Uh, I mean, for there shall be no more empty and fruitless vision and flattering divination in the house of Israel. It shall no more be delayed or prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house. Again the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that Ezekiel sees is for many days to come, and he prophesies of the times that are far off. So I'm wondering, I think because, can I be honest? I think because somebody, we know who, started a space military 3 years ago. Started a space military 3 years ago. Basically able to just wipe out everything. Correct? And say he wanted to be like, what's Sharia law? Say they wanted to be like, this particular person wanted to say, the Jews want to keep denying that that wasn't Jesus. The Jews want to keep that, and said, because maybe a lot of certain particular people made certain people in power feel like they were the second coming of Christ, in my opinion. And because of their ego, they might be kind of quick to want to believe that shit. What's broken? My phone? What's broken? Is it not possible that certain politicians could maybe possibly have their hands in certain things? Maybe to be like, I told you, Israel, get on board. Who knows? I don't know. Seems like they're really going after Israel and Ezekiel. O Israel, your prophets have been like foxes among ruins and waste places. Wow. What idols is Israel? What idols? All right, I'm not understanding this. So it says, okay. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall and upon those who have daubed it with whitewash. And I will say to you, the wall is no more, neither are they who daubed it. The false prophets of Israel who prophesied deceitfully about Jerusalem, seeing visions of peace for her, when there is no peace, says the Lord God. And you, son of man, set your face against the daughters of your people, who prophesy out of the wishful thinking of their own mind and heart, prophecy against them, and say, thus says the Lord God, woe to the women who sew pillows to all armholes and fasten magic protective charms to all wrists and deceptive veils upon the head of those of every stature to hunt and capture human lives. Will you snare the lives of my people to keep your own selves alive? You have profaned me among my people in payment. I am against your pillows, charms, and veils, with which you snare human lives like birds, and I will tear them from your arms, and I will let the lives you hunt go free, the lives you are snaring like birds. Your deceptive veil also will tear and deliver my people out of your hands, and they shall be no more in your hand to be hunted and snared. No more false vision. What does this mean? What does this mean? What is this? I really wish somebody was here to tell me what is this. Hmm. I don't know. And we're letting it happen. And what they're going to say is because they didn't believe that that Jesus was the Messiah. I can't even. I don't even. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. It's out of shit. That's for sure. I think you're behind in the audio. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna tell you guys the story, okay? Um, okay. Here's the thing about, like, putting everything into, and I get it, having something to believe in is great, right? But in Ecclesiastes, right? Is that it? Basically, he says it's all just dust, right? From the earth we came, to the earth we return. And he says something totally different, right? Doesn't he? Doesn't he? Is there somebody here who can have a conversation so that we can snap ourselves out of the acceptance that this is how it's supposed to be? Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know. I don't know everything as things being fact. But what I do know is that there's no way, there's just no way that a lot of Jewish people and others, not even just Jewish people, there's no way that they want to believe that the slaughter of a human being called God's lamb, okay, absolved them of their sins. And the sin was going to be that no more would they celebrate, I believe that's Passover, right? With the slaughter of a lamb. No more could they celebrate that. They said, but no, we want to. They said, no, 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 we've slain this lamb for you. We catch you doing that, you're done. I hear a lot of people, they talk about good Christians, Christians. They don't really recognize any other religion. And are you saying that you have to believe that it was okay to do that to him at any time? And after that, all those people they made convert to Christianity, they started feeding them the lions anyway. Crucifixion was common back then. It was common. Roman candles are because they were burning Christians. That's what that's about. Rich people would do it. Set them on fire. Owning an elephant was a sign of being rich, and they would, if it got old, they'd have a party where they'd pour like wax or oil over it, whatever would make it burn slowly, and they'd burn it alive slowly. All of this was going on. In that time. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, mm-mm. Somebody had the nerve to say, you do know slavery just recently ended, right? It's like you know that it isn't ended, right? You just think that people are just about one color, or this religion, this land. Let's all sit back and watch something that all along everybody has revered as the Holy Land. And now we're all going to sit back and say, but if we fight to protect that, that people have gone and they've, like, homage. I mean, come on now. I mean, like, come on. Really, let's be for real. It's been high regard for a long time. But And now everybody's going to sit back and say, but if we sit there, Syria and all these places who've been pummeled too, like with no help actually, right, from the power countries, and say, well, we'll stop picking on you, little guy, if you go and attack Israel. See, we recently purchased the company, and then we changed the name to Raphael Advances, and we'll play a little trance music. We tested that out at the Travis Scott thing. Worked pretty good. People already forgot all about it. Oh yeah, we know it's been pushed throughout, like, as long as I can remember, that's the Holy Land, Jerusalem. But they're destroying history right now. With the justification that, well, that was supposed to happen because, they were doing bad things. Nobody even knew about the Iron Dome. Isn't that crazy? I didn't either. Saying what might have been wrong. Oh, that it was broke? No, they shut it down. Yeah, something is very fishy there. And I think that once again, the Jews are being sacrificed, but there's a lot more people there than just Jews. You know? What if there isn't a heaven? What if there's no kingdom of God? I mean, like, what if this is, it's here, it's right here. And we're all like, so basically, okay. So, for in a certain place he has said this about the seventh day, and God rested on the seventh day from all his works. And they forfeited their part in it. For in this passage he said, they shall not enter my rest. Seeing then that the promise remains over from past times, for some to enter that rest, and that those who formerly were given the good news about it and the opportunity failed to appropriate it and did not enter because of disobedience. Again, he sets a definite day and gives another opportunity of securing that rest, saying through David, after so long a time, in the words already quoted, today, if you would hear his voice, when you hear it, do not harden your heart. This mention of a rest was not a reference to them entering into Canaan. Okay. Okay. So basically, what he's saying is, you know how like Hebrews became slaves, right? And he's saying, all right, okay. So what they were trying to say to people is, no, but here's the thing. They're not supposed to rest on the seventh day or whatever day God has set aside for them to rest after their works. Their rest is in heaven. They have to keep working every day. Don't worry about it. You'll get your rest in heaven. But then God would say, no, fine. Here's a different day. Do it on this day. Trying to make them believe that, for if Joshua had given them rest, he, God, would not speak afterward about another day. So then there is still awaiting a full and complete Sabbath rest reserved for the true people of God. For he who has once entered God's rest also has ceased from the weariness and pain of human labors, just as God rested from those labors, peculiarly, whatever, his own. So basically, it also is meaning be zealous and never take a rest from being good, like, not God-like, but saying good word, uh, being good person, all of that. The rest for that will come after. Rest from human labors, you should have a day of rest. Okay? That's what I think. You can't say that somebody who was good, you know, not a creature exists that is concealed from his sight, but all things are open and exposed and defenseless in the eyes of him and whom we have to do. Inasmuch then we have a great high priest who has already ascended and passed through the heavens, Jesus, the Son of God. Let us hold fast our confession of faith in him. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to understand and sympathize and have a shared feeling with our weaknesses and infirmities and liability to the assaults of temptation, but the one who has been tempted in every respect as we are, yet without sinning. Let us then fearlessly and confidently and boldly draw near to the throne of grace, the throne of God's unmerited favor to us sinners, that we may receive mercy for our failures and find grace to help in good time for every need, appropriate help and well-timed help coming just when we need it. So, wow. Wow. You want to just believe that somebody who was righteous and wasn't running around sinning can get killed for you. And all you got to do is believe that. And that's good. Now we sit idly by and watch disgustingness go on right now and always. They call people high priests all the time. Look at the Holy Roman Empire. They call people high priests all the time. It says, for every high priest chosen from among men is appointed to act on behalf of men in things related to God, to offer both gifts and sacrifices for sins. Sacrifices for sins. Unbelievable. He is able to exercise gentleness and forbearance toward the ignorant and erring, since he himself also is liable to moral weakness and physical infirmity. And because of this, he is obliged to offer sacrifice for his own sins as well as for those of the people. Besides, one does not appropriate for himself the honor of being high priest, but he is called by God and receives it of him, just as Aaron did. So too, Christ the Messiah did not exalt himself to be made a high priest, but was appointed and exalted by him, who said to him, "You are my son, today I have begotten you." Okay, wait. So they said God appointed Aaron, but they said him. Oh, wow. Wow. Mm. Sorry, I'm reading away here. I got questions. Mm. Alexander Doxson. This is gross. It's gross. It's gross. It's just gross. Basically, it's written to say we have to dictate what you believe, who you pray to, what you think, what you believe. We want what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine. We're going to take it by force. We're all going to sit there and say, yeah, but then there'd be a world war. Well, some things are worth saving. Because if we sit idly by and watch what's happening now, man, Israel really will have come out the victor if they were wiped out. Because if we sit idly by and wait to see what happens after that happens, shit that would happen in biblical times, we're going to sit and watch it happen. How could Syria be launching an attack on anyone? They just fought a war themselves, right? Come on. This is somebody's real sick ego. And that's what I think. That's what I think. And I got my saying. He's got the tacos.